give a lot of credit to Frank and that team. That's why they're in the position that they're in the league right now. They do a good job of, not beating themselves. They take, they figure out ways to win, and they've done that all year long, especially in league play. Disappointed in our ability to take care of the ball. 18 turnovers just puts you in a tough spot, guys. And, you'd probably be amazed that you wouldn't think that we actually shot better from the field than they did. And more or less the same from the three-point line. It's just when you have 18 empty possessions, it's going to be hard-pressed to be successful. And when you get outscored by 12 at the free throw line, it's almost impossible. We felt good coming out of the first half in terms of what we wanted to get done. Basically the same thing. We just had to take care of the ball and get the ball in the paint, in the post, drive and be more aggressive and be stronger with the ball. And we only had 5 turnovers in the second half. Shot 44% from the field in the second half. Had some good looks at the three, especially when we were down 4 or 5. And then when it's close, now even though we were very good in a lot of the aspects of the defensive game plan, in those last 5 minutes, you got to come up with some stops. And we were not able to do that. To their credit, they were able to get some gap drives and get some shots at the rim in that last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. So they get a ton of credit, and unfortunately we didn't respond in terms of a key thing when you play Tulsa, and that's taking care of the basketball.
Did their zone give you problems in the first half, or was it just total self-infliction on your part?
Well, they played the same zone in the second half, and we played the same offense. We were not as ball strong as you need to be, and we weren't as, maybe not as sharp. We didn't cut as hard. We didn't drive with the strength that you need to drive with. I think we only had 1 offensive rebound in the first half. It's a challenge when you spill everything on Wednesday night. To be able to bounce back with the same energy, same effort level, same focus that you had. That's why, good teams, that's what they do. They've been able to master that. And we did that for the last 20 minutes. We didn't do it for the first 20. And in this league, if you do that, you're not going to be successful.
Did you get an explanation for the non-basket interference call?
No. Just that they asked the other official, and for some reason,
I don't know what you defined. So.
No, bewildered would be the word to use.
Is that something you think changed the game, or is just something
that it didn't change the game. It's a critical part. It's just but we got to do stuff that a singular play does not cost you the game. But there's 4 or 5 plays, both offensively and defensively, that are impactful plays in games. There's probably 70 possessions a game, both defensively and then 70 on offense. And 4 or 5 are going to make the difference in the game. The problem is you don't know what 4 or 5 those are, so you got to play every play like it's one of those 4 or 5.
Justin Graham came in quickly, gave you guys energy there in the second half. Did they kind of reassert themselves in that regard at halftime?
Yeah, we were stronger on our drives, stronger on our flashes, so we were able to get underneath the zone. When you get underneath the zone, we were able to finish some plays around the basket in the second half. And then when they started kind of swarming us in those last 10 minutes, we were able to get some kick-out shots that you want to get. And Justin was a recipient of that. He put himself in good position. There was one that we got 2 or 3 offensive rebounds, came away empty. Those are always hard to, when you're trying to fight to come back. I thought again, JB with the 10 points, did a good job. And we just, again, you gotta be able to shoot the ball a little bit better from some of your key contributors, and you gotta take care of the basketball.
Similar to the game on Wednesday against Houston, you guys are able to put runs together, get close, but then Tulsa goes down and hits a couple of shots.
Right.
Is there something you guys need to improve mentally to make sure you weather those storms, or is that something down to training?
No, yeah, it's a good point. It's part of the process of learning how to win those games against the upper level teams in the league. A little bit of that is composure. A little bit of that is leadership on the court. In terms of settling us down, or does everybody know how important this possession is? And then getting that defensive stop or not fouling. Now they're being able to get to the free throw line. I thought, give Michael Durr and Antun a huge credit today. Ebanu was coming in averaging 25 a game over his last 4 games. They did a great job on him. Critical miss ball screen coverage gave Rachel a lane line right down the middle drive. That was the only ball screen coverage out of 50 ball screens that our bigs didn't execute well. But those 2 guys, I thought Mike and Antun, especially defensively, it gets frustrating as a big because sometimes against that zone, they don't get as many post-up opportunities as normal. And when they did, they did a good job of that. But defensively, they were both really sharp today.
Talk about some negatives. What are some positives you guys can take away from this game?
Well, we didn't play very. I didn't think we played exceptionally well. And we're still in the game against, one of the best teams in the league. The guys we got to count on, have some statistical things that we need to, get better at. And they've proven that they've been able to do that. You got to take care of the ball better, and you got to be able to, make some of those shots. So. It's always a tough spot when you're a little short-handed and at the same time you're very close to being able to break through. You don't know which one it's going to happen, but you got to keep after it. That's why I was disappointed in myself, our staff, our team, that we weren't in that first half having that same focus and energy. It's natural, very common, but to get this program where we all want it, you cannot be common, and that's just something you got to keep fighting for every single day.
Speaking of energy in that first half, there was a couple of times where you guys had wide open looks on the 3 and they ended up passing instead of taking them. Is that something you guys talked about in the second half? Because it looked like you were taking more of those wide open looks.
Yeah, our guys know if they're open and they're stepping in and towing the 3, you got to shoot it. You know what I mean? Any of those guys. But again, that's a little bit of understanding what we need to do. Yeah, there were some shots that we probably should have taken in that first half. Once you broke down the defense, when you get it, you got to rise up and shoot it with confidence.
Anything else, Coach?